Oil rig hostage. Venezuelan frigate. Boarding party armed. American survey vessel surrounded. Caribbean oil fields turn into combat zone. Caribbean Sea. 47 nautical miles north of Venezuelan coast. 10:23 hours. USNS Carson, oceanographic survey vessel, 5,000 tons, conducts seismic surveys for ExxonMobil. Mapping underwater oil deposits, international waters, legitimate commercial operation, scientific equipment active, no weapons, civilian crew of 32. Captain Tom Richardson monitors the bridge displays. Another good run. These deposits look promising. The seismic arrays trail behind the ship. Sound waves penetrate ocean floor. Map geological structures. Identify potential oil reserves. Standard procedure. Legal. Routine. Until Venezuelan Navy frigate Almirante Brión appears on radar. Lupo-class frigate. 2,500 tons. Italian design. 127mm main gun. Automat Mk2 anti-ship missiles. And she's closing fast at 28 knots. Captain, we have warship approaching. Bearing 180, range 8 miles. Venezuelan Navy markings confirmed. The watch officer sounds concerned. Survey vessels don't encounter warships. Not in international waters. Not without warning. Captain Richardson grabs the radio. Venezuelan warship, this is USNS Carson. We are United States oceanographic survey vessel, conducting scientific research in international waters. What is your intention? The Venezuelan captain's voice crackles through. American vessel, you are conducting illegal resource exploration in Venezuelan territorial waters. Stop your engines immediately. Prepare to be boarded. Negative, Venezuelan vessel. We are 47 nautical miles from your coast. International waters begin at 12 nautical miles. We are operating legally under international law. You are in our exclusive economic zone. You are stealing Venezuelan resources. Stop your engines now, or we will use force. This is the territorial dispute that's been brewing for years. Venezuela claims extended EEZ based on continental shelf arguments, claims jurisdiction over oil-rich seabed far beyond 12-mile limit. United States doesn't recognize the claim, neither does international law. But Venezuelan Navy doesn't care about law. They care about oil, and they want it. NavyFirestorm asks, who controls exclusive economic zones? A. Coastal state controls resources. B. International waters are free. C. Whoever has bigger navy decides. Legally. A. Practically C. Captain Richardson contacts Military Sea Lift Command. MSC, this is Carson, Venezuelan frigate threatening to board. Position 11.2 north, 65.3 west. Request immediate assistance. The message goes out on emergency channel. Every U.S. Navy ship in Caribbean receives it. USS Dewey, Arleigh Burke Flight 2EA destroyer, is 65 miles northeast. Captain James Mitchell receives flash message. Dewey, proceed maximum speed to assist civilian survey vessel. Venezuelan Navy threatening boarding action. Rules of engagement. Protect American vessel and crew. Use minimum force necessary. All ahead flank, 32 knots. Set course 220. USS Dewey turns southwest. 9,200 tons of warship heading to intercept. But 65 miles at 32 knots means 2 hours response time. Carson doesn't have 2 hours. Almirante Brión closes to 2,000 meters. The 127mm gun turret rotates toward Carson. Fire control radar goes active. This is targeting solution. This is threat of deadly force. American vessel, this is your final warning. Stop engines immediately. Captain Richardson makes desperate call. We are stopping. Don't shoot. The survey vessel's engines cut to idle. Drifts in the current. No maneuvering capability. Helpless. The crew watches Venezuelan frigate approach, watches the boarding party prepare on deck. Armed men, military uniforms. This is piracy. This is hijacking under color of naval authority. Stay with me, because what happens next proves Venezuela is willing to start war over oil. The Venezuelan boarding party consists of 12 men, Navy Special Forces, armed with FN/FAL rifles, body armor, communications gear. They deploy in 2 RHIBs, rigid hull inflatable boats, 40 knots speed, approach Carson from both sides simultaneously, tactical boarding procedure, military operation. Captain Richardson assembles crew on deck. Nobody resists, nobody fights. These are armed military personnel. We cooperate, we survive. The crew nods. They're scientists, engineers, technicians, not fighters, not heroes, just people who want to go home. The Venezuelan boarding party climbs aboard. Lieutenant Carlos Vega leads the team. Everyone on your knees, hands behind your heads. The crew complies. The Venezuelan soldiers search the ship, bridge, engine room, survey equipment bay, communications center, taking control. Lieutenant Vega reports to Almirante Brión. Captain, vessel secured. 32 American crew members detained. Survey equipment active. They have extensive geological data, seismic maps, oil deposit locations. This is valuable intelligence. The frigate captain makes decision. Confiscate all data. Transfer to our ship. Prepare to sail Carson to Puerto Cabello. This vessel and crew are under arrest for illegal resource theft. This is escalation. This is hostage-taking. This is Venezuelan Navy seizing American vessel and imprisoning American citizens. This is act that triggers military response. Captain Richardson still has hidden satellite phone, concealed in his cabin. He texts military sealift command. Boarded, detained, Venezuelans taking ship to Puerto Cabello. 32 crew, help. Message sent. Message received. Now the diplomatic crisis becomes military crisis. USS Dewey receives update. Dewey, American crew detained. Venezuelans attempting to sail vessel to Venezuelan port. Accelerate intercept. Use all necessary force to prevent vessel entering Venezuelan territorial waters. Captain Mitchell checks range. 38 miles to Carson. 47 miles from Carson to Venezuelan coast. It's going to be close. Very close. Increase to flank speed plus. Emergency power. Get every knot you can. The destroyer surges forward. 34 knots. Engines screaming. Racing against time. Almirante Brión begins towing USNS Carson. The survey vessel is dead in water. No power. Venezuelan prize crew attempting to restart engines. Lieutenant Vega discovers Carson's engines are computerized. Password protected. Biometric authentication required. Captain, we cannot start their engines. The systems are locked. The frigate captain curses. Then we tow them. Attach lines. Maximum speed. The towing operation takes 15 minutes. Valuable time. Time that allows USS Dewey to close the gap. Range to Carson, 22 miles. Range to Venezuelan territorial waters, 32 miles. USS Dewey is gaining. But Almirante Brión is towing at 18 knots, still moving toward Venezuelan coast, still dragging American vessel and crew into Venezuelan custody. Captain Mitchell opens radio channel. Venezuelan warship Almirante Brión. This is United States Navy destroyer Dewey. You have illegally seized American vessel in international waters. Release the vessel and crew immediately. The Venezuelan captain responds defiantly. American warship, the vessel Carson violated Venezuelan sovereignty. The crew is under arrest. We are exercising our legal authority. Do not interfere. Brión, you have no legal authority over American vessel in international waters. This is piracy. This is hostage-taking. Release them now or face consequences. Your threats are meaningless, American. This vessel enters Venezuelan waters in 45 minutes. Then you have no authority. Then your crew faces Venezuelan justice. NavyFirestorm tactical question. How do you stop frigate towing captured ship? A. Disable towing lines. B. Threaten to sink frigate. C. Diplomatic pressure. Answer requires combination. Captain Mitchell consults Tactical Action Officer. Options. How do we stop them without killing hostages? The tactical team runs scenarios. Attack the frigate. Too dangerous. Hostages aboard. Attack the tow lines. Difficult shot. Attack the Venezuelan coast. Escalation to war. Then weapons officer suggests innovative solution. Captain, we use SM-2 missiles in surface mode. Precision strike. We can hit the towing bridle. Sever the connection. Carson stays in international waters. Brión loses her prize. Can you hit towing gear without hitting either ship? Captain Mitchell needs certainty. One mistake kills American hostages. One error starts war. Sir, SM-2 has terminal guidance. Active radar homing. I can program it to target the metallic towing assembly. Impact point between the two ships. High probability of success. Range to target? 18 miles. Within maximum effective range. Good firing solution. Captain Mitchell makes the call. Weapons free. One missile. Target the towing assembly. Fire when ready. USS Dewey's forward Mk-41 VLS cell opens. SM-2 Block 3B missile launches. Rocket motor ignites. Mach 3.5 speed. Terminal active radar seeker goes hot. Searches for target signature. Finds metallic towing bridle connecting Almirante Brión and USNS Carson. Time to impact, 24 seconds. The Venezuelan frigate's radar detects incoming missile. Missile launch. American destroyer fired on us. The captain's voice rises in panic. Electronic countermeasures. Chaff. Evasive maneuvers. But the SM-2 isn't targeting the frigate. It's targeting the tow line. The radar seeker locks on the steel cable. 40mm diameter. 200 meters of tensioned steel. Perfect radar reflector. The missile adjusts course. Fine-tunes approach angle. Terminal guidance active. Impact. The SM-2 warhead detonates directly on the towing bridle. 115-pound blast fragmentation warhead. Shreds the steel cable. Severs the connection. The tow line parts with violent snap. Whips back toward Almirante Brión. Strikes the stern. Damages deck equipment. But no casualties. USNS Carson is free. Dead in water. But no longer being towed toward Venezuela. The 12 Venezuelan soldiers aboard realize their situation just changed. They're on American vessel, in international waters, with U.S. Navy destroyer approaching, and they're alone. Lieutenant Vega grabs radio. Captain, the Americans destroyed our tow line. What are your orders? The frigate captain faces terrible choice. Abandon the boarding party? Try to re-establish tow under American guns. Fight USS Dewey? All bad options. Maintain control of vessel. We are coming alongside to recover you. But USS Dewey arrives first. Range 4,000 meters. The destroyer positions between Almirante Brión and Carson. Blocking maneuver. Venezuelan vessel, do not approach the American ship. Release the boarding party immediately. Captain Mitchell deploys SEAL team. They were embarked for exactly this scenario. 6 operators, full combat load, fast rope from MH-60S helicopter onto Carson's deck. Tactical insertion. The SEALs land on the bow. Move aft. Weapons ready. The Venezuelan boarding party sees them coming. Lieutenant Vega knows the math. 12 Venezuelan Navy soldiers with rifles against 6 U.S. Navy SEALs with full tactical support, against destroyer with a 127mm gun aimed at Carson, against helicopter with door gunners. The math doesn't work. American forces, this is Venezuelan Navy. We are military personnel conducting lawful operation. We will not surrender. Lead SEAL operator responds calmly. Venezuelan forces, you are illegally occupying American vessel in international waters. You have 2 options: surrender peacefully, or we remove you forcefully. You have 60 seconds to decide. Lieutenant Vega contacts Almirante Brión. Captain, American Special Forces on board. We are outnumbered and outgunned, requesting instructions. The frigate captain knows reality. Fire on American SEALs means the destroyer sinks his ship, means his crew dies, means war with United States, over survey vessel, over seismic data, over nothing worth dying for. Surrender, peacefully, no resistance. Lieutenant Vega lowers his weapon. American forces, we are standing down. Do not fire. The 12 Venezuelan soldiers place their weapons on deck, raise their hands, surrender. The SEAL team secures them, zip tie restraints, search for weapons, clear the ship compartment by compartment. Within 10 minutes, USNS Carson is back under American control. The crew is safe, the data is recovered, the mission is successful. But this incident could still escalate. Venezuelan Navy just attempted to seize American vessel, detained American crew, fired no shots, but committed acts of war. How does this resolve? USS Dewey takes Venezuelan boarding party into custody, not prisoners of war, not criminals. Detained military personnel involved in illegal boarding operation. The legal status is complicated, but the practical reality is simple. They're going to Guantanamo Bay for processing. Almirante Brión maintains position 3,000 meters away. Gun trained on USS Dewey. Fire control radar active. Mutual targeting solution. Both ships are one mistake away from shooting. This is tense. This is dangerous. This is how accidents become catastrophes. Captain Mitchell opens secure channel to Southcom. Admiral, situation is stable but volatile. Venezuelan frigate is still present. Still has weapons locked. Recommend additional assets. Copy Dewey. USS The Sullivans is en route. ETA 90 minutes. Maintain defensive posture. Do not escalate. 90 minutes of standoff. Both ships watch each other. Both crews at battle stations. Both captains hoping nobody makes mistake. This is naval brinkmanship. This is testing will and nerve. Then, Venezuelan Ministry of Defense issues statement. American warship attacked Venezuelan Navy vessel conducting legitimate law enforcement. This is aggression. This is act of war. Venezuela reserves right to respond with military force. U.S. State Department counters immediately. Venezuelan Navy attempted to seize American vessel in international waters, detained American crew. United States acted in self-defense. We demand immediate apology and guarantee this will not happen again. Neither side backs down, neither side apologizes, but neither side shoots, because both sides know what shooting means war, means destroyed fleets, means regime change in Caracas, means casualties neither side wants. USS The Sullivans arrives at 12:47 hours, 2nd Arleigh Burke destroyer. Now 2 American warships face 1 Venezuelan frigate. The math is clear. Almirante Brión cannot win this fight, cannot even survive this fight. The Venezuelan captain makes smart decision. We are withdrawing, returning to port. The frigate turns south, 25 knots, heading back to Venezuelan coast, leaving the Americans, leaving the detained boarding party, accepting defeat. USNS Carson restarts engines. American crew resumes control. The survey operation is over. Too dangerous to continue. The ship sets course for Trinidad, friendly port, safe harbor. The 12 Venezuelan prisoners go with them. Evidence, witnesses, proof of Venezuelan aggression. NavyFirestorm analysis. The oil survey incident proves Venezuela is willing to use military force to claim disputed resources, willing to seize ships, willing to detain crews, willing to risk war. Only American naval power prevented escalation. Only destroyer presence saved the crew. The diplomatic fallout is massive. United States demands international investigation. Venezuela demands American withdrawal from Caribbean. China and Russia support Venezuela. Europe supports United States. United Nations Security Council debates resolution. Nothing gets decided. Nothing changes. The standoff continues. But operational reality changes immediately. All American survey vessels operating near Venezuelan waters receive armed security teams. All operations have destroyer escort. All crews have emergency extraction plans. The Caribbean becomes militarized zone. Commercial operations require military protection. ExxonMobil suspends operations in disputed waters. Too dangerous, too expensive, too risky. Venezuela claims victory. We drove out American oil thieves, but the oil stays in the ground, undeveloped, unexploited. Venezuela lacks technology to extract it, lacks equipment, lacks expertise. The resources stay underwater, worthless. 3 questions for NavyFirestorm community. First, was precision missile strike on tow line justified? Second, should survey vessels operate in disputed waters? Third, what prevents next Venezuelan boarding attempt? Answer to question 3. Only naval deterrence prevents it. Only American warship presence. Only credible threat of force. Venezuela learned that seizing vessels brings destroyers, brings seals, brings consequences. The lesson is clear but temporary. They'll try again. Different target, different method, same aggressive intent. The oil rig hostage crisis changed Caribbean operations forever, proved that resource disputes trigger military confrontations, proved that civilian vessels need military escort in contested waters, proved that Venezuelan Navy will challenge American presence, and proved that superior firepower prevents escalation. 1 destroyer saved 32 lives. 1 missile strike prevented war. 1 SEAL team secured victory. Superior presence, decisive action, NavyFirestorm, where oil wars meet naval power.